Well, we're good. You're going to have to keep an eye on Ben Dieter. You know, they gave him the keys to Capitol Hill. I'm kind of concerned about that.
Well, God bless him. We always need reinforcements that are coming to join the party. So I'm glad to hear he's on his way.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, Congressman, of course, the exciting news of the week is Trump's 100-day mark. How do you think the president's been doing so far?
Well, Todd, I couldn't be more pleased with where this president finds himself 100 days into his administration. I mean, let's face it, President Trump's accomplished more in the past 100 days than really any Republican leader in decades. I think it's you can't argue it. And his style is a little unorthodox, and I'm sure people have opinions on style. But in reality, when you just look at how he has come into office in this second term and the way he has hit the ground running, he has just been amazing. And I think folks, at least across my district, have been very pleased with what they've seen in this president.
You know, Congressman, when you look at big picture, of course, midterms are, they're coming up on the radar. A lot of people are concerned about the lack of movement, the lack of action in Congress on the president's agenda, codifying those items. I know we had Chip Roy on a little while ago, and he shared some concerns, as did Burgess Owens. What about yourself? Are you concerned by the lack of, the quickness of it all?
Well, I am a little concerned, obviously, that we're not moving more rapidly to codify his executive orders. I do think that we're going to be seeing a number of those things, but, there's a couple of things that have been at play in that, quite frankly. Number one, on the Senate side, they have been caught up so much in confirmations for the first few months that they faced, and so that probably slowed up some codification process on their end, though I certainly don't speak for the Senate, and they have their own rules and their own plans by which they operate. From the House's side, this reconciliation thing has been first and foremost on our minds, even from the time we got here. I mean, coming through orientation and then being sworn in on January 3rd, and the very Saturday after swearing in, we were part of an all-day Saturday retreat, left our families and folks that had come for swearing in to be a part of the retreat to start planning and talking about reconciliation. And now we're there. This is the week that the markups and those kind of things are going to be taking place. So I would simply point all that out to say that moving legislation through, getting it out of the House, getting it to the Senate, getting the Senate to pass it, all of that we realize takes time. We do need to move more rapidly. We've got to be consistent. And I think everybody's feeling that. And I think we're going to begin to see more production, especially when we get this reconciliation package taken care of over the next several weeks. Speaker's made it clear he wants to be done by Memorial Day, and let's move that forward. And so if we are able to do that, I think a lot of the other legislation that we need to be doing can simply get through committee, get through markup, get on the floor, and get signed into law.
I know you're a member of House Judiciary, and I want to get your take on the arrest of the Milwaukee judge who basically helped an illegal try and escape the courthouse, and also the judge out in New Mexico. Do you support this level of crackdown on these judges? I personally think it's a great thing.
Absolutely. Listen, Todd, you know me, and I firmly believe that we've got to be people of law and order. And this president and the people he has surrounded himself with, Tom Homan made it clear from the very beginning that if you try to harbor these folks, if you try to impede the work of ICE, if you try to get in the way of the work that they're doing, that we're going to prosecute you to the full extent of the law. And again, I don't know what it's going to take to get through people's heads. Promises made, promises kept. But this is an administration who says what they mean and mean what they say, and they seek to follow through. And I think maybe these judges, this is going to make believers out of them, and hopefully some other people in the process.
Well, I'm with you, and I know also on the education side, these schools that are out there, there was one in New York State, Albany High School, and they actually allowed activists to come onto campus to show kids what to do if ICE shows up at their door. This is just unacceptable to me, and there's got to be a crackdown on what's happening on the school level as well.
I agree. And I think that, again, the work that this administration is doing on all levels of immigration control and allowing ICE to do their jobs, I think we're seeing some great cooperation that's taking place, such as we just saw in Florida at this raid. I mean, when the federal and the state and the local will work together, we will get this thing done. And when people try to impede it, they're going to just have to face the consequences in the process.
All right. Well, Congressman, we're going to leave it there. I know you guys have a very busy week up on Capitol Hill, but right now it's all about celebrating that first 100 days, and we really appreciate you coming on the show today.
Well, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be with you, my friend.
All right, Congressman Mark Harris, everybody.